John's. Well, this morning, I just finished the big research.
Hello. Hi, Steve.
Nice.
Steve, did you behave on the weekend?
As far as I know. It's always the keeps me out of mischief. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll find it, you're right.
I'm not too far this time. No.
Is that PowerPoint there for you again?
You know, from back in Shooting Park, but getting home. Yeah.
Okay.
It would feel like quite in data and around that sort of thing. And then back through the pollen. It's pretty easy, right?
Oh, it wouldn't be for me.
It's just like anything you get used to. Hey, Paul.
Unless you don't fall off.
Yeah.
That's your camera.
I've been knocked off once from Long Carla, an elderly lady. Sort of just nothing.
Anyone like some water?
Yeah, I'm going to go and get some water. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, we'll see you soon. Yeah. We'll just wait until they come back. Welcome everyone. We'll get started shortly. On Friday we ran the same workshop with other staff in the program, and I gather they like to talk a lot. Yeah, probably the same as you, right?
No, we're the quiet lot.
Oh yeah, the pilot. And so we went a little bit over time. Everyone wanted to say their piece about what sort of things we looked at. How's everyone going if we did go a little bit over time today?
I think by 12:15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Similar. We'll try and do it to time, and we'll just try and get through next week and see all the stuff that we want to see. Okay. So with
Who's at the other end?
Just something else. Yeah. Just going to get some water. So I think that it's really good. Other than Justine, I think that all of us would have come either on Friday and Paula. Paula's the same. And Ryan. Yeah, I wonder where Ryan is.
He leaves on Friday.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's himself. Yeah, that's his last name.
Oh, right. Of course, that's probably why he's not here.
Yeah.
makes sense.
Even if I was leaving, I'd want to hear Dan talk. Yeah.
There we go. Ready to go, Cynthia? Just going to put her hearing aids on here. There we go.
Okay, I'm back now. Sorry to hold things up.
Excellent. So I'm just over here, Cynthia. Can you see everyone nice and clear?
Yeah.
Good. So we'll make a start. There's a few tangled bits of wire everywhere over here.
Okay.
You can just advance the slide thing for me.
How can I get out of that? That's better. Cool.
Yep. Next slide. Okay, so this is what we're covering today, folks. Just that. Let's start with some quick introductions, and then we're going to have a look at why we're running this workshop with you today. I've had some conversations with Tony about where you've come from and your vision of where you want to go. And then we'll look at some uses of Moodle. Okay, basic Moodle is kind of like think how you're using Moodle at the moment, and then we'll talk about some advanced use of Moodle, extending it past what you're doing at the moment, where you might be replacing some of that face-to-face activity with purely online, and sort of understand that's sort of the direction you want to go. making the program a bit more flexible. And then we're going to talk about how the TEFL team, the Teaching Excellence and Flexible Learning team, we're a new team, 3 members of us here today, and work with you with your development. Okay? And then we'll get on to the real show today, is looking at how other schools, how other programs are doing flexible. You know, a real range of examples, hopefully give you some ideas of what you might create when you start developing your courses to be a bit more flexible. Cool, thanks, Sonny. So I'll just start with an introduction. I haven't met some of you I have met. I'm Dan from the Flexible Teaching Excellence and Flexible Learning team. We're a new team, we're still sort of finding our grounding and how we're going to work together as a wider team. Our new manager starts tomorrow, is that right?
Hope so.
Yeah.
Keeping my eyes out.
And I'm usually based here at Kōrero, but I will be floating around at all the other campuses. Your program is based here, is that right?
Mine's off. I teach I'm Paul Thomas, and I'm at WellTech, and I teach the diploma in health psychology. But I do help a little bit on the degrees.
Right.
So pretty knowledgeable about Moodle.
Good. We'll be floating back and forth between campuses. We want to make sure that we cover it all out on different campus sites. So at Tony, we're located on level 6. Yeah. The tech office.
Yeah.
And here at Kōrero, we're up here in the library. Joey knows where we are. Comes and gets help from us all the time. We've got a walk-in policy, and more than welcome to come and see us if you need help. Or you can call us or email us. Yeah. I'll go to my right. Just a quick introduction, Sonny.
Hi, kia ora koutou. I'm Sonny. I'm in now I'm a system administrator in the new Teaching Excellence and Flexible Learning. So my title changed from Moodle administrator to system administrator, which sounds cooler.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much cool.
Yes, I'm working with most of I'm looking after Moodle. So as you know, I'm giving a technical support, and I don't need to explain that. You already know about it. Yes.
Thanks, Sonny.
I'm Tony. Cynthia, I haven't met you face to face, but hi, nice to have you joining us, and hello everyone else.
Hi. I'm Terry, and I work with the team that Dan's just described.
Okay.
Okay, Paul's
here.
Me again. I still do the diploma in health psychology at Tony, but I do help with one of the papers on the degree.
Thanks, Paul.
You did that so well.
And I'm Steve Hogan, and I teach mostly on induction, but I've done a lot of the counselling first year papers as well. So, yeah,
Stephen.
My name is Joey, Cynthia, and I'm with the elections and counseling. Basically with research methods papers, as well as evidence-based practice. I'm also with the MPP, basically the same papers.
Okay, and I'm Cynthia. This is my second year teaching with WellTech. Had quite a steep learning curve. I've got had first year papers, second year paper. I'm doing practicum too, and I'm working with justice clients and working with diversity, as well as CBA this semester. So it's a pretty busy time at the moment.
Cynthia, sorry, I don't want to hold it. Who's teaching the mental health paper up in New York?
I think Sam White's come back to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, because my brother's doing that paper and he needs somebody else. Thank you for that.
Cool.
I'm teaching you.
Great.
So,
Thank you, everyone.
thanks.
And as you can see, we're kind of modelling some flexibility. Tony popped in about 10 minutes before 11 and says, oh, we need to Zoom this. And so Sonny and I wiped the big brow of sweat off and says, yeah, sure, we can do this.
They just said fine.
Yeah, not a problem. Now, this might be something you want to do to kind of get through that geographical barrier, yeah, and using the internet to Zoom your classes.
And you're also recording it, aren't you?
Yes, we're also recording this, so we played that. Here's the real aim of today, okay? It's really building on from the workshop that Jerry and John ran for you, developing those activities. And today we're going to look at a range of flexible types of activities, and it allow you to sort of add to that toolkit of activities when you're developing them. Yep, you'll have some face-to-face type activities, maybe some activities they'll do on their own at home, and you can create some other ones that can either be kind of social learning with other students online, or something that they'll do independently from home, wherever they are, flexibly. Okay, next slide. Thanks, Sonny. So now I'm going to talk about the kind of two different ways of using Moodle. Okay, and do these ideas kind of resonate with you of how you're using Moodle at the moment?
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
Yep, great. And we think this is a really good way to establish an online presence in your program. If you're kind of thinking along these lines, this is what we've been doing already, I think it's an easy win for you. Okay, this stuff can be set up quite quickly. Okay? So become like
Can I just, for my information, how much do you use Moodle already in each of the degrees?
Where you order this.
In both cases, and they'd be separate programs, separate environments.
Well, just separate courses. We've all got our own courses, but they're not, and they are under programs, but there's no program profile.
So another way to describe this use might be complementary to a face-to-face classroom. Is that right?
Support session.
It supports your face-to-face classroom. It provides a place for students to go to and get an idea of what's happening day to day, and what's coming up, and what they've gone through. Right. It's a place to submit their assignments. Do you mark with Turnitin as well? Yep. Yes. Cool.
Some do, some don't.
And maybe a place where you can centralise your kind of student evaluation. You might do it ad hoc on a topic or activity you're doing. Get some quick feedback about how that went for you. Or it could be the more sort of formalised student evaluation process. Yep, that's the slope. One place, a central hub of all your program and the activities within it. Not necessarily replacing your face-to-face activities, okay, but it's certainly one step toward that vision. Okay, next slide, thanks, Sonny. So here's some ideas about advanced use of Moodle. Some things that some of our programs are doing, other programs like. It's really about flexibility, isn't it? About the students being able to get to that learning wherever they are. Some of our programs, if I take our health science paramedic degree as an example, they're doing a lot of shift work, so that they could be working day or they could be working into the early wee hours in the morning. Yep. So for them.
Paul, your course is pretty much online, isn't it?
Oh, everything I teach is online, it's multi-space, but it is probably face-to-face class. But it has the advantage that if the student moves away from the area, just happen it can still
That's fun.
get around.
Yeah, and Joey, a lot of yours is online.
Oh. So I think if we look at the second to last point there, as you move into replacing face-to-face, you're having to fill in a lot of those gaps that you fill in when you're in a face-to-face class. So when you're in a face-to-face class, you can go, I want you to do this activity, that one, and this one, okay? And I want you to do it by tomorrow. Now, how do you do that when it's completely online, there's no face-to-face? And the answer really is by doing a whole lot of work up front, making sure that those dots are connected to the student. They know exactly what your expectation is and what they need to complete in that online space.
I mean, when you look at that, there's things like how that's going to be done. Are we looking at a portfolio of activities?
Because it's flexible, not just online. And that's the work that we do at the moment with those game charts. We're starting to look at, okay, so what's going to be face to face and then what's going to be flexible. And then this is giving us an idea of which aspects of the flexible we might want to do online.
And as we move more towards replacing face-to-face activity, there's this to consider. Your role slightly changes. You're no longer doing what I'm doing, understanding and delivering and lecturing at you. Your role changes to that of a facilitator. So your materials are already created, and your role is to support your students to work their way through that.
And I see it in two ways. I see the one as being the fact that we can do that, we can set it up and then they can work through it.
Yes.
But I also believe, and when I was studying, there's a really strong belief that actually a lot of what we're doing is still teaching.
Yes.
You know, as against just facilitating. And so, for example, if we have set a task on activity that we are monitoring really carefully,
Absolutely.
even though it's online. So it's not just put it out there and forget it. It's like we also, many of the activities, we still need to have a very strong teaching presence.
Absolutely. And it's not to mean that your role as a teacher is diminished by taking on a facilitation role. If I quickly just pass over to Joey, he's facilitating the Masters in Professional Practice courses, some of the courses in that program. And maybe just a quick insight from you, Joey, about what that role's like.
Basically, we have three assessments for each course. So one is presentation. So the students come to the campus to do their presentations on certain topic with the research methods. And then they have the written assessment, which is a 5,000 word essay. So they develop it throughout the course. And the third one is quite interesting in relation to what we're talking now, is the online activities. So there are very concrete, detailed instructions on how this activity, this assessment is being addressed. So it's a part of the assessment. So around 20% or 21% of total grade of this is the engagement in the discussion online. So as a tutor, we're still monitoring whatever things they say or they do. And there are a series of tasks that they need to complete. Aside from that, they also need to respond to their peers. So it's not only putting something there, but also engaging the discussion in the forums, or any other activities that you can design. So, for example, you want to design a glossary or concepts they have encountered through their learning. So a student would put something in there, and the other students engage. So fascinating to read. Students.
Thank you, Joey.
So I guess that whole upfront development phase of your course development takes a lot of your teaching prowess, skill, so on and so forth to design those things. Okay? And instead of in a traditional sense, a lot of the time you can be catching the bus on the way to work in the morning and come up with a brilliant idea on the spot and then deliver it. It's really hard to do that when you're replacing face-to-face activity. And you need to make sure your T's are all crossed and your I's are dotted. Make sure your instructions, like Joey is saying, are absolutely clear. When the student's at home on their own and they go and read your instructions, they go, oh, God, I don't know where to go or where to start. You need to make sure that that whole process is really tight and done properly. Next slide. So this is about how our team can work with you. We see ourselves as kind of like, you know, those in the Japanese theatre. A whole lot of people dressed in black. We're making sure the show's going, keeps going, but they're not up front and under the spotlights. That's you guys, okay? You're the star of the show. We're here to make sure that the show's still running and that you're supported by doing that. So we're kind of the invisible guys behind the scene, making sure things are ticking along. What we can do is provide consultation and development support. It doesn't mean we're going to do everything for you. No, we just simply can't. We're not resources to do that. That needs to come from the program. Okay? We can certainly, I'm not sure how much the quantity of that work we can provide. What do you think, Jerry?
Well, I thought
Fill out in the air.
the idea I had was that if we had regular opportunities for people to pop in,
Yes.
because you're flat out, and I really respect that maybe up to an hour, get stuff done, actual resolve it, and then go away with there's further work to do maybe, or even have it finished on the job. And if we start moving now, as the old, we eat the elephant a bite at a time, and we'll make that happen by accommodating within our workload 2 or 3 workshops a week. We call them workshops, working
With individual.
yeah, with individuals or
peers.
peers.
Yeah.
I think you said that quite often in peers.
Well, because,
Back in
you know, like you and Paul are both development and all that.
That's a
So we could do something like
really
that.
like that idea.
I mean, if we look at the timeline, it's pretty much August, and then 4 months, it's the end of the year. So, and by next year, this program's up and running. Yeah, so you've got to start busting your guts now, and you know, in an ideal world, we would have had another year to do this. So you've got 4 months. So that's a dilemma that your team will need to solve. But certainly, the likes of Jerry and Anne and the team can provide some support around how you can create those activities. Yeah, there's a nice template that's been created to assist in that process. The other part of the team can provide the online kind of support, okay, learning technologies you can use. And as part of our business as usual, we provide technical support for students that are at home, isolated, needing help. That's a place we can come in and make sure that they can get along, as well as yourselves. Okay, so you can come and see us and use us when you need that support.
My personal hope is that we come up with a really cool program, that whatever activities you do are feasible and valid, but they're really fun, because, and that will connect with good philosophy of assessment that's evolving, which says, is it something students really want to do? If we really want to do something, we're going to learn much more in depth, put ourselves in as learners, as students. So let's make the activities and the things, whiz bang, make them really enjoyable.
Cool, so you're going to show us some whiz bangs?
Yes, we'll share some whiz bang.
Oh, great, we need more elephants.
I'm not going to run it from there, Sonny, so I'll just come. Can I just grab the helm there? Thank you. There we go. I've just got a whole bunch of examples set up in the Moodle course here. What we could do, it's not really in a state we want to share it with you right now, but we'll do some work to get this together so you've got something to come back to as a reference. First of all, I look at the use of discussion forums, okay? And I think a lot of the time when we talk about these, we hear all the reasons why your students won't be able to do discussion. And I'm going to show you some real examples of where it's worked. We also hear, oh God, that's so boring, it's all text. Okay, let's look at how they're doing it and what kind of result they're getting. So just on this is some course, okay, and they've replaced, it's a fully online course. Are you able to see that, Cynthia?
No.
Okay, you're not seeing Moodle?
No, I'm sort of seeing a bit of a blank rectangle on top of discussion board.
Okay, I'll just bring up, see if we can share my screen here. And how's that? Can you see a little screen, Cynthia?
Yeah, I can, thank you. Yeah, with add discussion topic, all that.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Should we reduce
Can we
the
turn the lights
light?
down?
Yeah, see the buttons there? They just come down now slowly. Come down, or even further down. Okay. Good. So this is a paramedic course. It's one of the papers in the paramedic degree. And they don't have any face-to-face. So they're using a discussion board just as quite a nice light activity, just to introduce themselves, okay? And the teachers provided some guidance on their discussion. Okay, this is, there is some teamwork in this course where you will solve problems together with other students. Blah, blah, use this forum to introduce yourself. Okay, and here we've got all the different responses from students. Okay, it's the very first sort of forum activity that they've done. Big course.
And do they have to complete these as part of the assessments?
I guess that's the role of the teacher, just to make sure that people are doing what you're asking them to do. You kind of,
some of the assessments, depending, you need to have responded to 4 people.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier to get some discussion when there's no face-to-face in some ways, because they don't have any other options. So there you go. Hello, I'm Jessica and I work as an EMT, real paid holiday relief officer. I look forward to going through this paper with you guys. Have a great day. Okay?
Paul, in your code course, do you use discussion sliders?
Yeah, I've just put up 2 discussion forums based on activities what we did the first workshop, so we can try them out as a test run. But because I'm seeing the students in class, nobody's actually gone on the forum yet. As I've said, it's not compulsory, but I'd just like to see how it works.
Yeah.
Cool. And one way to sort of prompt them along might be with the announcements.
Yeah, and that's what I did as well.
Yeah, good on you.
Some things.
Here's another example. It's very similar. It's on our diploma of creative writing course. I do apologise that the examples are quite Whitireira-centric. The versions of Moodle that we're using though between Whitireira and Weltic actually are the same. The skin is just slightly different. It just feels slightly different. But the software behind it's exactly the same. We maintain both Whitireira and Weltic. Here, it's a writing course, and the students are required to introduce themselves and attach a piece of their writing. Okay? So that students can get a feel of each other's style of writing and where they come from. Let's have a quick look. I'm just going to randomly click on one of these. Hi, I'm Sarah, currently living in Wellington with my partner and son, originally from the South Island. Consider myself a Wellingtonian now. She writes her own blog, and I think this might be a poetry course.
So that's some M&Ms if she'd like to try some.
I'll try a jelly. Thank you. And they're sharing some piece of their writing. And as they progress through this course, the teacher actually gets them down to specific questions around writing. Now we're going to look at some of those examples. I'm going to show you this other one. So this here is what they call a Q&A forum. So the teacher, no, not that one, sorry. The teacher posts up a question, and you see they're quite meaty questions, and the students respond. They can't see other students' answers until they post their own answer up there, okay?
read it out? Because you can select 2 groups from the following list: elderly patients, pediatric patients who scared or have a phobia. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. So it's about, this is a medical based sort of course. It's about sticking needles in people's arms and doing that properly. And the teacher's asking them to talk about what are the differences between elderly and children when you're doing cannulation. Okay? Well, the expectation in this course is that students would answer, you know, in an academic way. Yeah, they're not just going to have a one-word answer. They're expected to have references, so on and so forth.
And this is a formative requirement.
Yeah. 1 and 2 lines say that.
And it's cool that it's formative, but it still has to be completed.
So here goes the question from the teacher again, and all of the answers below it. Okay? And again, remember, students can't see the other person's, any of the other students' answers until they post their own one. Yeah. It's a Q&A for
Does
them.
it actually tell the student that there, though?
Yeah.
In the instruction?
Yes. So I think it's a class of about 50 students, and you can see they've all had a go at it. Each week they're required to sort of answer a scenario-based question, and they might get them to do some quizzes, you know, as well as all the assessments in the program as well. Having trouble. Okay, here's another type of forum. So this is the writing course again. Group forums. Okay, so on this course, in here is kind of the instructions they need. Each week we're going to go through sort of a set of instructions, and they're on this link here. Okay, they read this, they get links to readings and different types of activities. Okay, can everyone see it? Should I blow it up a bit?
Yep.
So go and read this story, Snow. Okay, bloody blah, here's a bit of a question to guide the discussion. Post your answer on the open discussion forum. So on this course, they have open discussion forums that the whole class contribute towards. And then they also have smaller group discussion forums. They might put their students in groups of 3 or 4 so they can dialogue with each other. That's an open forum there. Here's a group one, okay? Choose a significant incident from a child's life. Write a scene from the point of view of that child. Yeah. Then rewrite the scene in first person, past tense, from the perspective of the third character now. Write 200 to 300 words and share that to the group discussion forum. Okay, so there's a real purpose behind that. Eh? They want to get feedback from the other writers on their style of writing, how well they've done that. We're going to have a look at actual discussion. Group, okay, child's point of view. Okay, that's from a teacher can see everyone's stuff. Okay, you can see which groups they're in. As well as, I'm going to blow that up so you can see it a bit clearer. The teacher can also filter between the groups just to see contributions from one group. Okay. Did that not work? Cool. So these people are in group 2. So let's have a look at Joe Walsh's response. There goes this story, okay? And then the students will provide some feedback to that student about their story. Okay? So if you think you might...
This example, here's the group discussion, I guess. Here's the teacher elected to comment or not.
The teacher...
Depends on the activity, I assume, right?
Yeah, the teacher takes sort of like a monitoring role or a, what's the word, Sonny?
Facilitator?
Yeah, kind of moderation role. So they make sure that the discussion's heading in the right way, that no one's kind of blowing each other up on the forums. Yeah.
They don't have to reply to all.
Dan, could you just bring up the forum? I've just put into I only just did it last Friday. Forum on the paper AS5120 because I'm trying to knit in what we did with yourself and to see if this is the kind of thing what you want doing. Because I just want to see how it would work.
It's for human development.
Yes, the human development AS5120. Because I just opened a section called
Is that one there, Paul?
number 2018.
I had that one there.
Yep.
Whereabouts?
It's a title says topic forums.
Have I got
further down.
Which one?
No,
Tetragens?
Trinogens, yeah, just try that one.
Tetragens, sorry.
So that's the forum. So the link is what we did in that first workshop. So this is what the students see.
Read the activity sheet, post your ideas into this forum.
And I basically said it's a test for me. So all the instructions are on that link.
Right.
Based upon what we did in the first workshop. So I just want to see if that would work for.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I've actually linked to the document. So put links in there, and then there's explicit instructions what the students have to do.
So the article that you referred to, presumably in box 1, right, where he's pointing to
Yep.
the article?
Yeah, that's it. So if you click on that, you should get the article. Is this too complicated, or?
Can you make it a bit bigger, please, Dan?
I would have taken it out of this worksheet
Right.
and like posted it straight to the forum and just put these questions in there. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're exactly on the
clear.
right path, but embedding it in Moodle would be even better.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and what you could potentially do though, I think there's nothing wrong with having that sheet. In case someone, for whatever reason, they want to print it out, but they can do it, and they may or may not have Moodle in front of them.
Okay.
There's some value in that.
I've asked them to do two things.
I would just paste those straight to the Moodle forum in place where your question comes up. Yeah. I think it's a good start. Good start.
I do think so.
And you can, because you've got some face-to-face, you might do some practice in class. Might get people to ask some questions so they get the swing of things.
I mean, there's another thing as well, which I'm thinking of with the big pictures things thrown in as well, is actually moving away from books, textbooks. Is that sort of desirable?
I mean, I think there's so much amazing stuff that's available online and through ebooks and through journals. That I personally I don't use textbooks, but as the main book. But I mean, because there's so many amazing things that you can access all sorts of other ways. I don't know how necessary it is, but it depends on the course.
Right.
And the only concern I have is there's quite a lot of information in that, what we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
And if you capture that and put it into Moodle, the Moodle posting becomes itself quite substantial.
Yes.
And I don't know the answer here is horses for courses, but is the deliberate pun. But you would have to adapt carefully so you don't lose any of the information you want to have. But I guess you write as minimally as you can.
Yeah,
at the same time.
I can sit and see where you go with that. So that could be the worksheet for whoever is the tutor.
Yeah.
Then you can extract the key points
Yeah.
I
and
think
put
that's
them
it.
and put them into the end.
I think it's a bit of a balance between being clear and brevity. So you don't want to be so brief that the students are lost.
That makes sense.
And I'm also wondering about the idea of forums for discussion and kind of teasing apart an idea. Whereas if it's just give two examples of that, whether a quiz would be better. Yeah, just a thought.
Yep.
Yes, no, that's what I thought. Pretty good sense.
Yeah.
That is well done. Very good on
Yeah.
taking it to the next stage. Exactly what you hope would happen.
Yeah.
Tremendous. Yeah.
I think we should also consider, social learning versus interacting with a computer. Yeah, there's quite a lot to be learnt from each other, and it helps overcome that feeling of isolation for the student at home.
I like the idea though that you can only see the others post when you post yours.
Yes.
I'm not sure I've set it up properly yet.
Yeah, that'd be a great one. Yeah.
It's only a simple setting change as well.
Great.
Cool. So there goes some ideas around forum use. You can see it's used quite extensively in programs and courses here at Wikidata. It's really about framing it for the student and setting the expectation. This is the level I expect your discussions to be hosted. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. I'm going to show you some other stuff now. This is called H5P.
Great, that's what I like.
H5P is a plugin we've enabled on Moodle. Completely free. It allows you to create some interactive stuff. Here we've got a bunch of examples we can go through and have a look. Cynthia, I'm not sure if the sound will come through, if there's some sound on this.
Okay.
Okay. So there's about 30 different types of ways you can package content and make them interactive. They give you 30 different interactive types, and you can just make them all in Moodle. Okay, here's some examples. If you think, I want to create some course materials, and of course the internet's going very slow. We can kind of create a slide. I'm going to full screen that. Okay, is that as full screen as it's going to go, Sonny? So H5P stands for HTML5 package, and just for your information, HTML5 is a standard of web stuff that'll work across all devices. We're at a stage with, you might have heard of Flash, Flash technology. It doesn't work on everything anymore like it used to.
Not so Flash.
Not so Flash, is it? One of the reasons is that Steve Jobs said, my iPhone and my iPad is not going to support Flash. Okay, and because Apple have cornered nearly over 50% of the market, now 50% of devices are not playing Flash content. And here comes HTML5, it plays on everything. Okay, so whatever you create in HTML5 will resize and fit every device that you use, and it will just simply work. What we can do here is create some information, text, pictures, video, and quizzes. On a touch screen, this will just be like slides, slide. Okay. On a computer, we can just click along here. All right, so we've got some slides with some information, and then we've got some quizzes in between it. Okay. What colour do ripe cloudberries have?
Amber.
Amber.
Amber. Great. So these quizzes can also be tracked by Moodle, so you can get an idea of where your students are at. What country has the special section of cloudberry policy on there?
Sweden.
Sweden. What family of plants does cloudberry belong to?
Cannabis. Sorry, still that option.
What happens if we say grass?
Okay. Good. And we can even show the answer there. So we can just scroll on to the next thing. So there's all different types of interactions you can do within the slides.
So when you go to this function, this is, you click on slide, create slideshow, or is it?
This one's called course presentation. Create course presentation.
I imagine that when you've had PowerPoint materials, you can adapt it so it could
Yes.
make it much more interactive.
Yep.
And still not lose all the material you already have. Basically diagrams and that, which often are hard to find.
Yeah.
So where will all this be located in the system?
So it's all in Moodle. I'll quickly show you how you might create one. On Welltex's Moodle, have I still got it there? No. if I can get that. Okay. I'm just going to use your course call, but we'll make sure it's not showing for students. So with your editing on your course, okay, we go to a section we can add some stuff.
Yep.
And one of the things we can add is interactive content.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, we just go there, and then we can choose from all these different types. Okay.
The first one we were looking at a second ago, which one was that?
The first one is the one right at the top of the list. Oh, second from the top, course presentation. And it's really, it provides, I don't know what's the word, in-world tutorials. So as you're creating them, it provides all the instructions on what you need to do. After you create a couple, you'll probably get quite used to it.
Yeah, and then you just save them.
Save them and they'll be there, yep.
Yeah.
It immediately lives in your Moodle site, right?
Yeah.
Just like anyone else, any other thing.
I mean, we've all been doing it, but not with
Yeah,
this.
this is new stuff.
Not like this is, this is really,
Yeah, this is.
like we need to make it really visually attractive, which is what these
I
are.
mean, I use a lot of quizzes with the photo lit. You know,
But I mean, I like this because it's
but
just
this
so
is,
much more.
this is new, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you've already got a quiz, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Just
No, but
just
this has
read
got more
Yeah.
flexibility.
the robustness.
Yeah.
More
size.
robust. Yeah, that's the other.
It's another example of course presentation. It's where they've kind of gamified the learning. They're how familiar with grants, and the whole thing's set up like a quiz. Okay, so this is just course presentation again. It's used in a different way. Okay, it's that one there, isn't it? That's Italy.
That's Italy. Pink.
The third one?
Pink. Pink color.
Choose the wrong one and see what happens.
Yeah, that's it. There.
No, not that one. Ouch.
Oh, it's next thing, we're there.
Yeah, the big pink just across the Great Britain. Above.
That's Britain and then.
Yeah, below.
Okay, got the idea.
Yeah.
Now think about France.
Absolutely.
Apparently they eat really nice food there. That sounds good to me.
Does this come with the clip art section?
No,
You have to find it.
you can use your own assets when you're that. You can embed like YouTube if there's relevant stuff there. Yep.
So you can embed YouTube.
Your own
Then
videos.
put a quiz into the YouTube.
There's another type here. We'll have a look at that now. It's called interactive video.
Right.
Okay, so here's an example where you can. Has anyone used Eva off ETV? Eva?
I haven't used it. I've seen it, but I haven't used it.
It's where you can put quizzes
You just
and
stop
interactions.
I thought that
In
we
a
lost
video.
the ability to do that. I thought we
They've
had it
created a
last
new
year.
one called Eva.
They replaced it with a new one. Does it come out?
Yeah, it's called Eva. I can't remember what the old one was.
It's to do with rights in the American outfit.
So do we have access to even now, or was
I
it better
think
to
we
use
do,
this?
yes.
So here's quite a nifty example. You can use your own videos, or you can import videos from YouTube and other streaming sites.
Netflix.
Not Netflix though, no.
Just on that as well, Dan, sometimes if you take something from YouTube, it might not exist in the future.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's something which I
Yeah,
find quite a lot, really.
come and talk to us. We've got all sorts of useful tricks to get video.
So you can lock it in, even though it doesn't exist, and you basically found it.
Well, there's ways around it. We know how to download YouTube.
Do that.
Yeah.
Install it.
So here, it's this is just an example about how to make a smoothie. Okay. Whenever you've got these dots on the plate, you've got little interactions. So this one's shows the ingredients list. Okay, so we're making a smoothie. Approaching this dot now. Multiple choice quiz. Oops, what's that? What kind of berry is this? video. Answer?
Strawberries. Strawberry, blueberries.
Blueberries.
Because,
And also, if the students don't answer correctly, you can take them back to the point where that content is covered. Strawberries and blue are mixed with something and
Milk.
milk and
cookies, wasn't it?
Biscuits.
cookies. There we go. Drag and drop. Drop the berries just in this. Okay. Those ones? Yeah. No. Good score. So do you think there's a lot of interviewing skills that you might cover? So you might show a scene of people interviewing each other and then ask questions around that interview. Yeah.
Right.
What would be an alternative question that would use to
Yeah.
Yes.
Does Moodle says the answers? Yeah.
But Moodle can capture all these H5.
Can you speak to the end of this? Is it one of the captured your results so far?
So there's a couple more. Serving tips. And there's this one, last one. Summary. So you got to click on the right one. What is it? A smoothie ingredients of blueberries, raspberries, shortbread.
The bottom.
Bottom. And then it lists all the correct ones at the end of doing this one. First add the milk, then the berries, and finally the cookies. First add the cookies and the milk, and finally the berries. I think it's the bottom one again.
That one. Yeah.
Use cookie crumbles to decorate the top. Use a couple of berries to decorate the top. Use a tiny umbrella to decorate the top.
Middle one.
Middle one. There you go. And then we get kind of a big
Yeah,
summary
this
at
is
the
what I
end.
wanted to see, so that the student and you. The result.
Right.
Yeah.
Click the sub answer.
Yeah.
And see the.
That'll take it to Moodle.
So Dan, what other possibilities are there through H5P?
Well, there's heaps. So here's another one. You can just run little quizzes. Okay, this one's, all these examples are based on berries. Really technical. So a quiz question set is where you can have a whole range of different types of questions together. And there's no limit to how many questions you can have in that set. You could have 10, you could have 2, or you could have 100. And there's options around randomizing the questions, randomizing the answers. Yep. Okay.
Ellie Berry.
The berry. Oh, which of the berries display berries you can pick in the wild? Oh, God, I don't know.
Strawberry. Strawberry.
Strawberry, raspberry. Yep. Hey. Cool, and then we can go to the next one. Drag and drop. Oh yeah, we're going to drop them into the right thing. Red carrot.
Blueberry. That one's blueberry.
I've never eaten a cloudberry.
Yeah, no, me too.
So
Which
what
of
we're
the
looking at a different variation.
Cranberries.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yes.
So what I'm imagining is, the tool that you're using, which was that student.
Hi, Raymond. It doesn't come in.
Right, so, sorry.
What's up with the years? Sometimes he teaches and goes off for his own
I didn't see him at all today.
Huh?
I didn't see him at all
Yeah,
today.
I think he's teaching today.
Sorry, Cynthia, we're hearing some background noise there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the interruptions stopped. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right, thank you. You can mute yourself if you feel that's going to come across to us. No problem. Sorry, carry on, Jerry.
So what I was thinking, just in terms of process, when you come to a workshop, build out that blank template form for the task you have in mind. I obviously totally related to what your objective is. It'll be either linked to a particular learning outcome or just a formative activity or something. And then what I'm thinking is, correct me if I'm wrong here, you come along ready to go,
Yeah.
having done your own homework, so to speak, prep.
Yes.
And then we'll work together to say, well, that sounds brilliant, or make it more blue than green, or you would be able to say, here's a certain quiz form that will fit this.
Yeah.
So in other words, it saves you having to be.
So if you came with a whole bunch of questions that you wanted to use,
Yeah.
and so
And I was going to add, because sometimes you guys are very quick on logistics and using equipment, but the aim in the long run is that we work ourselves out of a job as soon as we reasonably can and we're comfortable.
yes,
And that applies to all the tutors, so that
yes,
you become teachers of the same thing to new recruits or whatever. That's the whole point. We're just trying to enable you to so you're really confident and capable.
Hey, it's 12 o'clock already.
Yeah.
It's just gone. I don't know if you want to go through a few more very quickly.
I'll give them the 10 minutes. But,
Yeah, another 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I do.
But I think
Can I just show you how what I'm sorry.
I'll just think as well, just get them back to your desk and pen.
I mean, like the way I'm thinking about it, sorry, Cynthia, I'll explain this to you, is like there's something we want to teach the students, okay, so that's the learning outcome or whatever. And we decide that this is the activity or whatever that might be useful, but only this much might be the Moodle activity. Yeah. So I just really want to put that within the context that here, this activity might be to go out and interview 20 people. And then compare your answers with one through phoning or Skyping a colleague and discussing it with them. Yeah, and then coming in here and then in small groups, putting that into discussion to come up with a summary of what you've all created.
Yep.
You know, and maybe then going back out again, coming in and out. So the Moodle activity is not just the only activity, but it fits in the context of the whole learning activity. Yeah.
I won't suggest that you follow the KISS principle, right? Keep it simple. Yeah, don't have 1,000,001 options. Just stick with a limited set so that your students aren't sort of traveling between here and Africa. Okay? Yeah, into that. They might say, oh, we're doing that activity again because you're sort of reusing the same format. Yeah, they get used to it. And also, start simple. There's kind of two ways you can do this. You can go with, we want sort of step change. Yeah, and that's where we're going to go, bang, we're going to do something very different quite quickly. Or you can slowly evolve things. Okay, so you might make small incremental changes, and in 3 or 4 years, you'll get to where you want to get to. That's sort of the general.
I guess what I'm really trying to say is I'm trying to push us into not only thinking face-to-face or Moodle,
Yes.
but face-to-face Moodle and other things.
Well, I'd like to say you just think teaching and learning. It's all teaching and learning.
Right.
Yeah, it's not better this way or that way.
Yeah.
It's what you got to think is, you know, if you want flexibility, then Moodle makes that really easy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's other ways to do flexible, but does the Polytech support it? I don't know. Yeah. Do we have a big print machine that prints off paper-based distance material? No. All the team to support it. Yeah. There's, you know all about video, ETV, so on and so forth. Yeah, streaming services, so you can put in sort of like full video episodes of a program or movie, documentary or so on and so forth, okay? So, and if you find something really useful up on ETV, or some other streaming video service. It might be a TED talk. It might be something useful on YouTube. Then you can link that.
Sorry, do you still have the suite where you can take, like we do? Still got the
Multimedia suite.
Multimedia suite.
We've got one here and we've got one at Welltech. So you can book those out and we can support you to use them.
Yeah.
So you can link your video resources to other activities like forum. Yeah, you might get them to watch a useful doco or an inspiring lecture or something like that, TED talk, and then get them to discuss sort of the key points in the video. Yeah, nice and easy. Who hasn't used ETV?
I've accessed it, but I haven't used it.
Go and get yourself signed up. I can give you an account. You come and see me. I've got admin access to that. Yeah.
Big advantage of New Zealand content.
Yeah.
Extremely different. Anything
okay. Some other ways to kind of I talk about filling in the gaps is to use video. Okay, and we've got some software called Camtasia, and so you can kind of introduce things and show them your Moodle site or what have you. And so I want you to do this, that, and the other. Okay, or this is what we've covered this week. I thought this went really well. I think you need to work a bit more here, and this is what's coming up next week. Yeah, and we've just got a little software called Camtasia. Here's some examples. This is one of our teachers just introducing herself.
Morning guys, my name's Denny McLeod. I'm your tutor for this paper, which is the healthcare in Aotearoa, New Zealand, so 5312. Welcome to the paper.
So we're not talking Hollywood production here, okay? And I don't think your students are expecting that either. But it is nice to put a face to a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hear someone's voice and see them talking.
How do we access Camtasia?
So we've got the software in our office. If the program wants sort of more convenience, you might buy your own software of about $150 each. I think we get quite a good discount. But yeah, but you're more than welcome to use our equipment.
That we do it in yours and then just import it.
That's what a lot of our teachers do because they only use it time to time. They soon forget how to do things.
It's a nice flash studio at Welltech.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that either. You've got a computer with a camera on it. So I've learned to use. It took me 10 minutes to work out how to use Windows, Movie Maker, Microsoft, and Talk Direct to it. And it saves it quite easily. So we've got an alternative if you don't want to.
Cure. Sorry, I'll just show you another one. This is a teacher introducing what they need to do for a week. Okay, so this is the topic we've opened. It's that cannulation one we're looking at before. They need to work through this material and the activities I'll show you.
And welcome to this introduction video for topic 1. This topic will look at intravenous IV cannulation. IV cannulation is an essential paramedic skill and will be a major focus in Trauma Medical 3. And along with topic 2, which looks at fluid therapy, and topic 3, which looks at drug drawing, will be the major focus of your first block course.
So this program, they do a mixture of online, block course, and in-work. Okay, pretty similar to what your program is, how it's designed. But you'll notice, like, block course here, it's down here, in the 4th topic, is still represented on their Moodle course. I think that will keep your students understanding what they need to do and where they need to go. Okay, don't make them go all over the show. Just use Moodle as the sort of anchor. Yep, but the activities can happen here, there, and everywhere. Okay.
I was just thinking on that, Dan, because sometimes pages can get quite clumsy.
Yeah.
On the diploma that I teach, I've got complete control of the papers.
Right.
So they're more ordered. So before the tuition opened, and I'm there here, people add bits and pieces, and so they can be quite
And I think that we need to meet with the local team also to look at a template.
Yeah.
For how we want to be populating our middle sites so that they all look the same and so we need to have that plan once. So, because already in my little team we make sure that our middle sites all look the same. We first get into them.
It's just Steve's on my group, isn't it? So
Yours doesn't look the same.
it's just Steve's.
I'm just going to show one more thing that I think will be useful to you, and that's the use of Zoom. And you can see Cynthia's been like a fly on the wall, but not really. Cynthia, you've been like a part of this class today, haven't you, Cynthia?
Yes, I have. I've been listening carefully.
I mean, the good thing, Cynthia, is that you're very audible to us down here. We've got a room that's all hooked up with speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you say and what you breathe comes through very clearly. Okay. Now, I've been doing some work with one of our programs here at BCAP. I've been using Zoom as, I guess, the tool to do their tutorial sessions. So the tutorial session was traditionally done in the classroom once a week. And a tutorial session in the Bachelor Social Work program is a 2-hour class, kind of summarising all the activities of all the papers per year. So they'll have a tutorial lesson for year 1, year 2 and year 3. Okay, 3 tutorial lessons a week for each year of the Bachelor. And what they realised that a lot of their students have got all these sorts of other commitments. They're working, they've got children, so on and so forth. So they can't always attend tutorial. So they said, well, we'll do it with Zoom. Yep. And we're going to still run the classrooms. And those that can't make it, they can come in by Zoom. Yep. Well, they ended up ditching the classrooms completely because the Zoom tutorials were so successful that no one turned up to class. And here's just some recordings. So that one. Okay. Somehow I'm in the wrong place, but I think this is an example. Recorder. Yeah. Someone, yeah, okay. Oops. Recorder. So, someone, yeah, okay. We've got students coming in from all over Wellington. I'll just turn it on. Okay. Yeah. So you can mute everyone. Just come up there. Yes. And I get the controls and runs.
Okay, so I'm finding out stuff about being the host. I can meet you all, and then.
Well, thank you so much for coming all the way. Yeah.
Thanks, Paul.
I have to go.
Okay.
So using Zoom, you really important point you make is crew to be more valid, more helpful, more flexible, all those other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so some of us have got goodbye Zoom licenses.
Yeah.
But if we wanted more Zoom licenses, are they expensive?
So you only need multiple Zoom licenses if you're going to be running at the same time. So you can actually have one license that works for the whole program. That's what they've done. It works for them because they schedule their tutorials at different times. It's up to you. I mean, how it might work. We've had up to 75 students in one class, and they've been on all types of devices: their cell phones, their iPad, their computer, their Mac, all over Wellington. Yeah, and it works very well. Yeah.
That's great. It's really inspiring.
So you might think, okay, it's more like lots of activity. Zoom.
Dan, is this live? It sort of feels quite strange.
Doesn't it?
It's a recording.
Okay. Just when you're free, I have got a question, but I don't want to detract from where you're up to.
I think you can ask questions now. Well, that's pretty much everything.
All right.
We've had 2 people that have had to go. So what was your question there?
I've found some very good material on the Human Resource Commission that I've accessed through a learning portal. I've had to enrol to access it, and now I'd quite like to put it on Moodle so that I have two alternatives. I can ask the students to enrol themselves, or I can access it, put it on Moodle so they can access it in real time in the class. Is there any copyright, or is that feasible?
Generally, if you're linking to something, there's no copyright problem there.
Right.
Yeah, so are you just wanting to link them to the website?
Well, it's more than the website. They've created a learning portal and you have to enrol.
Oh, okay. So
and I've enrolled, I've looked at it, and I can probably access it or show them through my enrolment.
Yes. So you might provide the link to the website with some instructions of what you're expecting to do. But here's the link to the website, enroll yourself, so on and so forth, and all your other instructions.
But what if I want them to do it in the class and then you lead into discussions?
I think you'd have to check the website to see what their copyright restrictions are.
Yeah, I mean, how did you enroll and get in there? Was it just an open free course?
Yeah, it's a government, funded. I think it is fairly open, but yeah, I just had to provide a email, a username, and a password.
If you want us to check it out, just flip us an email.
Okay, I'll do that because I'm starting that paper in a few days, and I'm going to use it one way or another. But you might have a more elegant way that I can have it accessible through Moodle.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much for the course. Have you got much more to do, or is this it?
That's it, Theo. So thanks for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sunny.
Inspiring.
Joy. Okay.
Yes, come and see us.
Thank you so much.
Oh, let's continue our discussions
Well,
about
yes, I
how
will.
to do this.
I'm hoping that everyone is going to be sending me in their Gantt charts today and tomorrow, and then
Good.